125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now,
Yeah.
Black Ink Radio.
Yo, Unc, I hear you now, baby. What's going on?
Peace. What's happening? I was reading out. Good brother Chase said he wasn't.
Yeah, big bro ain't feeling well.
Yeah, so we'll just wish him health, mercies, and blessings. Health, mercies, and blessings. For sure.
Which one?
Get well soon.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, big bro. I'm sending you nothing but love and healing. Pray you have a quick recovery.
Center it. Put it in the center. Yeah, there you go.
You know, so that's definitely welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. Miss Sage is on the way. You know, for those who don't live in Atlanta traffic is brutal, so she's stuck in traffic. But Miss Sage is on the way, and until she get here, we gonna hold it down. How you doing, Unc? How you feeling, family?
Peace. I'm blessed. I had a little bit of some Jamaican food the other day, and I got a little stomach ache behind it, but I'm good. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, you had
Can't eat Jamaican from just everybody.
I'm about to say, what Jamaican food you had? I don't know.
It was jerk chicken. It was good. It was delicious, but for some reason, you know,
it didn't align right with your stomach.
Yeah, it's just not agreeing with me. But I'm here though. I'm here. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's good. Beautiful. What about?
Yeah, I like.
Was it what?
I was checking on the Stay Puff, Mr. Stay Puff. That's what we gonna call you today.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all be catching me on my washing my condition day, man. I'm learning how to do things in my head, man. I'm trying to figure out.
I think the puffs look cool though.
I
man.
appreciate it.
Cool.
I've been getting some love. You know, I've been getting a lot of jokes, but for the most part, I've been getting some love. Hey, Unc, listen, Unc, my statement still stands. If you need a hair donor, I got you, baby. I got you.
Oh, for sure.
My statement still stands. I got you.
Oh man, I ain't know it was like that under there. Yeah, he needed the donor.
And my hair grow fast, so I give it to him and go right back like that. I'm willing to give it to you, baby.
He good though. That's your style.
That's the OG right there.
How long you been bald?
But been bald a minute now. You know what I'm saying? Probably last few years.
The women like the bald heads though, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Women love the bald heads.
That's a transition right there.
They love it. All right, listen. They love it. All right.
Yeah.
It's either they want a lot of hair or no hair. Like, there's no middle ground.
Right.
You got to have a lot of hair or no hair.
I tell you what they don't like. They don't like a hairline back.
No. Once that joint start receding, let it go. That's why I say they want you to have a lot of hair or no hair. Like, don't have it in the middle. You got to let it go once it get in the middle.
Drop it like it's hot.
You can't have that Jefferson. You got to let that joint rock.
That's a fact.
Yo, I was out real quick. I was out with a real good friend of mine. He got the Jefferson joint, but his joint back there too, right? And what happened was, Shorties ran up on me and was like, "Yo, how you gonna be with your mans and not tell him to cut it off?"
Oh
like,
shit.
He a grown man. Like he gonna do it. I'm not gonna tell this grown. Listen, bro. Shorty's like the little lemon.
They like it, bro. Listen, they listen. I don't know why they like it. I can't tell you, but they like it. That's all that matters. As long as they like it.
That's a fact.
What about you, Big Rich? How you feeling, baby? How you feeling today?
Well, I'm good. I can't complain. You know, just moving forward and positivity and love.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to have my favorite show with my favorite people today.
Oh, that's love. Man.
It's always a good look on Mondays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's love. Well, like I said, man, for those who tuning in, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Let's Talk About It.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Today, today's topic, after speaking with Miss Sage, she wanted to piggyback a little bit off of a question that we had talked about and answered on Gentleman-ish. For y'all that don't know, we got another segment of the show called Gentleman-ish. We go live about that on, Thursday between 5 and 6. So tune in if you want to hear all things gentlemanly, hear different topics from a male perspective. But on the show, we posed a question: who was a prominent or profound TV dad for you? So we're going to switch it up and give some love to the mamas, to the women, to the ladies. Who was a TV mom for you that you wish were your mom or wish your mom had showed some of them same characteristics or whatever the case may be. Just a strong motherly figure for you. I'm gonna start with you, Unc. What you got? And if you say the woman from the Partridge Family, I'm done. Don't go that far back on me.
So I'm trying to put this. So we going to women?
Yeah,
who was opposed to the men? Yeah,
who was a prominent mom for you? Zuby mom said Claire Huxtable. I had a crush on her. I didn't see her as a mom figure.
I did too.
I didn't see Claire as a mom figure. She was too fine. I had a crush on her.
I had a crush too.
I was too busy crushing me seeing her as a mama.
I wanted to be Mr. Huxtable.
She was too fine.
Right.
That was a fine mama. Her and her sister. What you got, Unc?
Claire Huxtable for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with that, and then I think a strong black woman was I guess Walona and Florida. Good times. You know what I'm saying? I think Florida to me was just like a black woman in North Philadelphia.
Yeah, she was
beautiful.
Saying?
Like,
to me.
Straight like
she was amazing.
Gonna show you mad love and give you mad love, but at the same time,
right,
we'll pull out the strap on you.
I had a crush on Walona too, and Thelma.
You did.
I gotta agree with my brother Chase though.
Listen, that was my answer. My answer was Aunt Viv. I was trying to ignore that because that was my answer.
That was mine too.
Wait, what Aunt Viv though?
That was mine too.
Which one?
The black one.
But they both black.
The darker one.
Okay, me too. The darker one too.
I like the darker one, but see, because I wasn't with y'all and I didn't get to talk about the male.
Yeah.
I was thinking I was gonna do the male, and the male for me would have been Uncle Phil though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they was thorough.
I just I liked how although they were very successful, both of them.
They was still black.
You got him. He's a successful judge. You got her. She was a professor. At the end of the day, I really feel like although the show was comedy, they was instilling a lot in them. Like there was a lot of values in that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was given to them whenever they got in trouble. They was taught certain things, and definitely Will being from Philly, I feel like they helped mold him into a nice gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Moving when he moved to wherever he moved to.
For me it was Aunt Viv too. And shout out to the second Aunt Viv too, because she was a beautiful black woman too, all through and through. But for me it was the dark skinned one. And not because she was dark skinned, and not even because not because she was the first one. It was for me because she just had a certain level of fierceness that I don't think
she had a presence.
The light skinned one had. She kind of faded in and blended in with the background. Where the first Aunt Viv, she stood out. Like I think she totally encompassed what a black woman was. She was powerful. She was intelligent. She was elegant. Like she was fierce. Yeah. She was soft yet strong as hell. Like she could be so sweet and kiss you, but like Unc said, she'll get that backhand real quick too. Like she was from Philly. Like don't get it twisted. For real. She took off her earrings and dropped her that whole lawyer stuff and like, listen, hold on, who you talking to? Like that balance, I think that she provided, especially to offset how Uncle Phil was. Yeah, I think it was so dynamic.
It's like he was kind of lost. She had her sisters, so her sisters kept her grounded. Uncle
and
Phil,
she killed that dance scene. You right about that, Chase. She murdered that dance scene.
She definitely did. I feel like she kept Uncle Phil grounded because she had her sisters who were still in Philly, and they kept her grounded, and that's what made her, an important piece. But from what I heard, the reason why they even got the light skinned one is because she felt her value was more than what they was giving her, as far as an actress. Because I feel like she did bring a lot to the show, and from what I heard, allegedly she wanted a raise. And they wasn't trying to give her that. You feel what I'm saying? So
I mean that's
they kind of moved.
From what I heard, she got into it with Will Smith, and Will Smith wanted her off the show because she was like everybody was shucking. It was Will was the star of the show, right? And everybody was shucking and jiving for Will. And she's like, I'm not doing. She's not
doing that, right?
Like I've been an actress, and here comes this young rapper kid. Like hell no, like she wasn't doing it. And even that I think speaks to, I want to watch that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion when they all came on and talked about it. The Will admitted that he was wrong. He was just young and full of himself. Yeah. But I think even that speaks to she's still 10 toes down. Yeah. She stood 10 toes down. Like I truly think Aunt Viv was her and she was Aunt Viv. Like,
she was. That's what I see.
She stood like
nothing against the light skinned chick, but
Yeah. And I love most about Aunt Viv too is how she treated Uncle Phil. Like she respected Uncle Phil, but she checked him too when he was out of pocket.
Exactly.
But she checked him with respect.
Right.
She never checked him to belittle him. She never checked him to challenge him or degrade him as a man. She came always, and she always came correct. Right. I'm like, I think that is so powerful. Like she, don't get it true. Like, she uplift her man, but she, hold on, you going too far. Come here. But she still did it with a certain elegance that made Uncle Phil say, you know what? I can't even be mad at you. Like, be mad. I gotta. What you saying is so true. Vivian, I'm sorry. Like, you start talking real smooth and poetic, all that. Baby, I'm sorry, baby. You know, you was beautiful the day I met you.
She made that nigga dance.
Well, I'm telling you, like definitely. So I think that whole dynamic was just a beautiful dynamic and a beautiful representation of a black couple.
Yeah, a perfect couple, a perfect black couple to me.
Most definitely. Okay, so speaking of black couples, I'm gonna ask you first, because you know, you the OG, you the OG, you the OG.
Triple OG.
What do you think? Well, that's a two-part question. First, do you think there has been a demise of the black couple? And if there has been a demise of the black couple, what do you think the reason is? I can't hear him.
I can't hear him either.
We can't hear you, Unc.
Were y'all able to hear him?
Yeah, we can't hear you. Can y'all hear him? Nah, we can hear you. Trying to see if they can hear you because I don't know what's up.
Can y'all hear him or us? It's at the bottom where we see in the last comments.
Wait, Ashley said no. Ashley, no, you can't hear us, or no, you can't hear MJ. MJ, can you hear us? Oh, so he can hear us.
He can hear us.
Keep it $1. Can you hear us? What's up?
It gotta be something, because if they can hear us, that means that
But I don't know if they can hear us yet, 'cause they ain't responded yet.
No, he said he can hear us. Once he can hear us, then we good.
Yeah, MJ can hear us.
Right, but that means that that they could hear us too. Then they should be able to.
So she's saying, so keep it $1. They can hear us. They can't hear MJ. So everybody can hear us. They just can't hear MJ.
Yeah, just like we can't hear him.
And just like we can't hear MJ. I don't know what's up with
Are you muted, Uncle MJ? Check the mute.
Nah, I guess he's not muted. No.
You might have to go out and come back in.
Might have to try to go out and come back in, Unc.
Not him.
Hold on.
There we go. Yeah, what happened? You was on mute?
No. I don't know. I've just been hitting. I'm not on mute though, but no.
Well, we can hear you now. All right. So we back it up. So you heard the question. What if do you believe that there has been
a
demise of the black couple, and if so, what do you think is that said demise? Like, what do you think happened that made the prominent black couple falter, so to speak?
So you just talking about in general black couple, or you talking about on TV?
No, in general. And feel free.
No, it's a bunch of black people. There's a bunch of black people still together for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? There's a narrative that's out here now, which I'm not against. I mean, I'm not gonna say against, but us being on the live, you got the LBGT, they are coming out. You got interracial situations coming out. Mm-hmm. More people are conscious of, being with black men and black women. So, but as far as I'm concerned, black people, I see black couples all the time. I don't think it's a demise at all. I think black people all together all the time. I don't.
So you think there's a false propaganda being shown that the black couple is no longer prominent? You think the media is just the media is not shining no light on the black couple, causing us to think that it's no more black couple, so to speak?
I agree with that, and the reason is that they want to change the narrative. They want to make it feel like it's not a good thing to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or not say a good thing to do. That it's not. I'm in the black community. That's all I see is black people together. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what community they surveying from and where they getting their sources from, but in the black community, it's black people all over the place together. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that means. I don't, and maybe right. Maybe you see. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just watched Simpsons last night, and they had, like I said, I'm not against anything, but they pushing the narrative so much, bro. They had two gay cartoon people kissing and hugging, and an entire gay party, a pride party on cartoon. Somebody drew that. Somebody had to take time to draw all of that. That's the narrative that they're pushing now. The media and everything like that. They're pushing that narrative. You know what I mean? And if you notice, some of the commercials are interracial. I don't know if you noticed, but
I've noticed
you
that
see,
most of them are now.
You see, right. Mm-hmm. Now, why that is, I have no idea.
Right.
Why they would like for us to think that we're not together as a people, I don't know, because that's not the case. Right. But I don't know why they try to, portray that. I don't understand that.
So what you think? What you think, big bro Rich? What you think?
Me personally, bro, I think that what's happening is I don't really feel like it's the media. I feel like it's more so like the TV shows and the movies
that's part of the media.
And the series, huh?
That's part of the media.
Oh no, I didn't. I thought media was just news.
No, so media is all aspects of programming, so to speak.
Okay,
whether
so social
media, all those things.
Well, what I feel about with them is what they doing is, they're trying to relate more to like you said was being pushed. So they're trying to get ahead of the ball. Right. So that's why most shows, like if you watch All American, he had a white wife. You watch certain shows, a lot of times there's always a female cop who has a female girlfriend. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they try to fit in the what they feel is going on now. And I guess it gets to a point where you start to forget about what was, because there's no real shows right now that show powerful black couples. They'll just be like it's a football player husband, and then the wife is a gold digger. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's always some.
There's always a scandal. He's cheating, or she's. There's always underlying scandal. I got you.
Yeah, because the only person pushing black couples right now is actually Tyler Perry. But it's always that. It's always the bad relationships. That's what he's pushing. But it's always powerful black couples in his. But it's just, so I just feel like it's just basically the people who are shooting the shows and the people who are doing the actual, movies and stuff we're looking at, they're just trying to push something that they think is what's going on, and they're forgetting about, what it was. That's how I feel.
Like I said, so we all pretty much agree on the same point. We all pretty much align. I'm definitely aligned with Uncle MJ. It's more like what the media portrays. There's a lot of black couples.
A lot. Me too.
Like it's about how, a big thing is, we have a lot of people who talk about, all these quote unquote black men, marrying outside their race. And when you look at statistically, when you look at the percentage of black married men, 90% of married black men are married to black women.
Right.
But they only shine light on the 10%.
The 10%.
And I truly feel like that isn't by accident. I don't think it's by accident that, like Unc said, we have if not every commercial, every other commercial, when they show a black couple, it's an interracial couple.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I have nothing against interracial couples at all, but I'm just saying. Like, I remember one time I was watching, they got this show called Black Love. And it's a documentary where this black couple interviews a bunch of different black couples. Some celebrity black couples, some regular Joe's black couples. And they just give their stitch. And I love watching that show because I like to get the wisdom from older black couples on how they made it work. Like, we've been together for 60 years. And I'm like, I can imagine being with somebody for 10 years. How you get to 60. Like, so I love just listening to that and learn. And a couple times on the show, they would have a black woman or a black man talking about black love. They won't show their spouse. Yeah, black love, da-da-da. And then they finally show their spouse, and their spouse is not black. Well, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but in my head, that's not black love. That's interracial love.
Right.
Black love is two black people.
Correct.
Like, that's interracial love. Whether you black and your spouse is Hispanic, Asian, Caucasian, whatever. Like, to me, that's not black love. Completely. It's halfway black love, I guess you could say, but it's not full-on black love because that's two different races.
Right.
But and I'm not saying that we shouldn't include those black people who are married to non-black people. I'm just saying when I think of black love, I'm thinking of two.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk
black
about black
people.
love, it should be
like on the show on Black Love, they had two black men who was married. I don't give a damn. I don't care if you gay or I don't care. That's still black love.
Yeah.
Y'all both black.
Right.
We ain't say straight black love. We just said black
Black
love.
love,
I don't
that's
care
it.
if it's a homosexual or heterosexual, as long as it's black love. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that was my. So like, I do think they are definitely trying to shine more light on the latter. Like I said, I don't think it's by accident. I think it's very much so intentional. But I got a question, because I got a theory, and I want to drop my theory on those watching and y'all too. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong, especially as men. I got a theory. But my first question before I get to my theory is, and I'm going to come back to you, Unc. What do you think is the power structure of the black race?
The power structure?
Yes. What do you think is the main power structure of the black race?
That's a good question. I wanna hear Rich Rose.
All right, go ahead, big bro. What you got, Rich? What do you think is the main power structure of the black race?
What you mean by power structure?
Me in the sense of everything. Or let me restrain. I'm gonna see the main foundation, because every structure, every building, every person, every business has a foundation, and everything is built off that said foundation. So if you were to lose that foundation, everything that is built off it will come crumbling down. So what do you think is the main foundation of the black race?
The main
Thugs needs hugs, Reese. Thugs need hugs.
The main foundation of the black race, I feel like the sad part is,
Chase says being able to protect. Okay.
nah, I feel like the foundation is bad, and that's why it needs to be broken down and rebuilt. I think the main foundation of our race right now is slavery.
Okay.
I think that that's the foundation we built off of.
Let me rephrase it.
Okay.
When I say, I mean something good. Like, what do you think is like?
Oh.
When it comes to what do you think? What is the foundation that makes black people powerful? Makes black people strong? What is it that make black people amazing as we are? What foundation do you think that is?
Athleticism.
So you think it's biology?
I think
basically we say less. That's pretty much biology.
Yeah, I think it's our physical makeup, because even if you look at slavery, that's why they used us. I think it's our physical makeup, because we excel at all sports.
Okay.
We excel at physical things.
I got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying we ain't good at anything else, but yeah, I think our foundation right now that makes us powerful is our athleticism and just our physical. You know, because. You know, yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
What you got, Unc? You had some time to think. What you got?
So, just thinking about the question while you guys were going over it. So we are naturally we can, people feel like other nationalities or races are superior, but physically we are superior, and then we have a natural loving nature. We're naturally loving people.
Okay.
Like, we don't have, we have to be taught to be vindictive or to be a certain way. So we have, I'm going to agree with Chase, Flo, where we have a protect and provide
mentality.
DNA mentality. Like, that is in our DNA. We so our foundation is based on good words. It's more, that's love. We have more love in us as a people. Love was dragged out of us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or people try to teach us what love is not. So I would say our foundation of a black race.
Naomi.
There you go.
Naomi. Close that door, baby, please.
I think I lost y'all.
No, you did. I had muted it real quick.
We heard you.
No, we heard everything you said. I just muted it real quick. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, so that's it. Love it.
Okay, so let me go a little bit deeper, because here's my, I tend to overthink a lot of things, but here's my theory. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like the main power structure for the black people is the black family. And that's why I'm piggybacking off of why I think why media doesn't no longer show the black family in a prominent lighting. I think overall, the power structure of the black race is the black family. Even in slavery, we were getting married. We were jumping the broom. Slavery, I truly believe that slavery could not break us because we still had family. We still had camaraderie. We still had love. All the things y'all mentioned, love, the sense of protection. When the master was raping the goddamn husband and the wife, they would come back home and they would console each other and love each other and so on and so forth. I truly think the main foundation is the black family. And I think when the man, whatever you want to call it, the man or whatever, came together and decided we have to truly destroy, in order to truly destroy or break down these people, we have to hit them at the head of the snake, or quote unquote the main power structure. So I think they realized that the main power structure is and always have been family. So they broke and divvied up family.
I could agree with that.
They broke it. In came, Then you started taking away, and they first, and here's the crazy part, and that's why I be telling people this stuff, and they like, man, you tripping, but I think that's true. A lot of times we think they attacked the black man first. Oh, they attacked the black man, took the black man out the house, so on and so forth. They realized we were the leaders, we were the protectors, they got rid of us. And there's some truth to that, but it's not all true. They attacked us to truly hurt the main source, which is the black woman. Because you take any main power, you take any family, I don't care if the father been there from day one. He the breadwinner, the protector, the leader, so on and so forth. The matriarch of every family is the mother. It's always the grandmother. She's always the main homing beacon, so to speak. Even no matter how prominent grandfather is, it's always grandma.
Big mama. It's
always the mama. So in order to truly destroy the main power source, which was the family, in order to truly destroy the power that was in the family, they had to attack the mother. And the best way to attack the mother was to take away the king that was protecting her. In my mindset. So they took us out the household. They took away the factory jobs that a lot of our grandfathers and fathers worked that made good money, good pensions. They took out they took away the factory jobs and certain economical forgot the word I'm looking for, but certain things that allowed the black men to provide and do the certain things they need to do to protect the family, provide for the family. They took them out and came in crack cocaine, so on and so forth. All the things they did to cripple the black man. Why? To now overwork the black woman. See, back then, when the man was able to work and provide, the black woman didn't have to worry about those said things. So she could be home, tending to the kids, making sure the kids are educated, making sure the kids are able-bodied and ready to go in society and be prominent black men and black women. But now with the black woman being overworked, she can't do those things. So who's raising the kids now? The black man not allowed in the household, because we put the black man in the household, no more Section 8, no more health benefits, no more so on and so forth. So the black man is no longer allowed in the household. So now the black woman has to try to be the black woman and try to make up for the lack of the black man. So now she's overworked, she's overly tired, she's drained. She no longer has the energy to give to those same black little boys and girls. So now who's raising them? TV, the media. Now you got 5 and 6-year-olds who can't read or write, but know a song, but know a rap song. You got little girls, and I've watched this with interviews and shows. You got little girls and little boys whose dreams are to become drug dealers and strippers. That's their dreams. So I truly believe it's like on the board of chess. It's like chess. You take away all these pieces to get to the king, but when it comes to the black power structure, you can say, figuratively speaking, the king is the woman. She moves, but so much. The man is the queen in chess. We move all over the place. We got all these moves. The king only move forward, back, side. Why does the king move less? Not because it's less powerful, but because it's truly needed to be in one spot. Mm-hmm. The more it moves, the more accessible it becomes. Mm-hmm. We need you to be in one spot where it truly matters. In this instance, to be the house. We need you to be in the house where it truly matters. Let me, the man, go out there and deal with society troubles, society problems, society roughness. You stay in the house where you're protected and where you can do what? Shaped and protect our future. Because ultimately, it's not about us no more, because we done lived our life, we grown. It's about our predecessors, those who come after us, the future. Mm-hmm. So if I'm not home because I'm not allowed to be home, or if I'm on drugs, or I'm selling drugs, or I'm in jail, and now you gotta work. You working 12-hour days. You come home, you barely got energy to cook for the kids, let alone teach the kids. Who's raising the kids? Who's raising our future? Media. Fucking
television.
The media is.
Yep.
And it's called television programming for a reason. That they say the eyes, if I remember the phrase correctly, the eyes are the mirrors to the soul or something like that.
It's the gateway to the soul.
The gateway to the soul. So if you programming from the eyes, they're programming us to feel a certain way in our soul. That's why you got kids, and I don't mean to make light of this situation, but you got kids, some kids who never had a problem in their life, so to speak, but they got depression. You're 6.
What the hell are you depressed about?
You're 6. What are you depressed about?
Right.
You have no bills. You have no life struggles, no worries. And I don't mean for the ones who have parents who are crazy. I don't want to say crazy. They have parents who have issues, but I mean, you got kids who got parents who are well off, who are decent parents, making good money, and so on and so forth. But they're still sick with depression. They're still sick with all these mental problems. Like, how do you get this? And you have been through no life struggles
at all.
But it comes from televised programming, or they found another way to get us through the phones, through social media, so on
YouTube,
and so forth.
All that shit.
So like I said, my theory is I think the reason why the black family is no longer prominent on TV is because of that. They don't want to get the idea back to us that, you know what? In order for us to truly be powerful, we got to come together. We got to come together
and be a fucking family.
And be a damn family. That's why you got nowadays, you got family that ain't family.
Right.
But that's my theory. It's a little, I know, it might be a little over the top, but that's my theory. What y'all think?
It's a great theory, bro.
Powers in the puff.
I actually agree with you because I feel like, I feel like you definitely, you hit it on the head where it's like, the family is very important, and they definitely do attack at the family by, there's a bunch of things that they doing, to making us be the way we are. Like you said, the woman can't get help if the father's in the house. You feel what I'm saying? They show a lot of programming where, the kid, it's just the whole narrative that they push on TV to these kids is letting them making them feel like you don't need nobody. Like they try to make women feel like you don't need no man. Strong black woman, strong this, strong that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like
it's
that
a
right
bunch.
There is a detriment.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff that really put us in a hole as a family. They don't show families no more on no TV. You don't see no big mamas on none of that.
Right.
Unless it's like a black filmmaker, you ain't seeing none of that. And even with them, you barely see the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I agree with you, bro. I think that you got something.
What you think, Unc? What you think, Unc?
No, I think you did right. Like he said, power in the puffs. These puffs here are super intelligent right here.
They my antennas, man. My antennas. I'm absorbing all the intelligence in the air, man.
You said I'm like Samson. The strength is in my head.
Like you hit it dead on the nose for sure. Family values, family structure. I mean, it's like Sage used to say, we're behind the 8 ball, maybe 245 years.
Heavy.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Heavy.
So they already they started this race a long time ago. What they didn't account, and hear me out, what they didn't account for, and what they keep trying to figure out is how we have a tendency to persevere, how we have a tendency to continue on regardless of everything that is thrown our way, how we're able to fortify, just stand 10 toes down.
Right.
Regardless of, right. So, but you're absolutely right. This is the narrative. It's apparent. It's apparent because I was just telling, this is a funny story, and I'm, like I said, I'm not against gay people, but they have pushed the agenda more than actual black people, to the point where they felt like, I'm assuming this is me assuming, they felt like they've been in the closet or they wasn't able to express their true feelings. So now everything is there. It's in your face. Like Rich Mo and you just said, right now, I just told you on The Simpsons, bro. The Simpsons been on TV for 15 years plus, and they are just now putting actual gay stuff on there for my daughter and our kids to say that's accepted, that they okay with that. So why not take? So listen, why not take the prominent Huxtables off of the air so that they can change that narrative? You know what I'm saying? Why not take black families, good black families, off the air and say, okay, well, this don't exist. So now, what do our children look forward to? They're looking forward to a gay community. They're looking forward to technology and violence. Because the violence comes from the game. You know, I heard that people up where we're from, it's easy for kids, teenagers to kill each other because when they're kind of numb to it because they play these games, and it's so lifelike now. Where
I don't think
when
that's
they
completely
kill
true,
somebody or right when they this I don't know this for sure.
Yeah, I know what
when
you're talking
they
about. I
kill
heard that
somebody
study.
Right, they have the virtual reality, so it looks real to them, and then they go outside and kill somebody. It looks like it's the same thing as the game. You're absolutely right, Kev. It's programming. They've been programming since day one.
Yeah, and I think
You know what I'm saying? So
what made me realize that is because we're the only, far as my nothing, all the things I've seen and came across, we're the only race that has this get it out the mud mentality, that has this throw you to the wolves mentality. Every other race don't do each other the way we do. Like, you know, our kids turn 18, we talking about the house. Or you got to pay bills now. Well, I was just 17 yesterday. The minute I turned 18, now I got to pay bills. Like, white people, Indian people, Asian people, they kids go to college, still live at home. Their kids get out of college at 24, they still live at home and work and don't pay no bills. They use that money to pay off their student loans, to build back up their credit. So by the time they're 28, 30, they can get married, start their own family, their brand new house they just bought together, debt-free. And they pass on the baton continuously. We're the only family where I've seen where you have the family, you have the brother and sister competing against each other. You have the mother and daughter competing against each other. The father and son competing against. It's like, whoa, it's supposed to be a family, not a competition. If one win, we all win. If one eat, we all eat. So and me noticing, I realized, like, so if every other race is this prominent or this powerful, and it's because of their family, then I wonder why they took our family away. You see what I'm saying? Like, that just made me, like, it just made me think about that. And I feel like the funny thing is, I feel like the very thing that make us dangerous as black people is the very thing that make us weak, and that's our strength. We overuse strong. I'm a strong black woman. I'm a strong black man. We overuse, I can do it by myself. I don't need no help. I know you can do it by yourself, but God made a man and woman for a reason, so you ain't have to. Now, whoever came first, exactly, man or woman, we can argue that all day. But nonetheless, he made both for a reason. If a man was just to do it by himself, or a woman would do it just by herself, he would have made just one gender and called it a day. He made you a partner for a reason, because he knew by doing it by yourself, you would not be able to give 100% to everything you do. It's impossible. It's impossible to give 100% to everything you do. Which is why most successful people tell you, pick one thing, stick with it, get that booming, then move on to the next. Because you cannot give 100% to everything at the same time. Nope. It's impossible. So it's the reason why God, well, I'm a strong black woman. Yes, baby girl, you are. I could raise these kids by myself. You could raise, but you ain't gonna raise them right. You ain't raising them by yourself, because the TV watching them when you ain't. Because you sleep. Because you just did a 14-hour shift. It's like everybody needs help. It's about balance. It's strictly just, I feel like this whole world came down to balance, yin and yang. It's always about balance. But people get too caught up on, oh, I'm doing more, you're doing less. And I tell people all the time that, equal, the word equal and the word balance, they coincide, but they're not the same thing. If I put a pound of feathers and a pound of rock on a scale, are they balanced? Rich, they balanced?
Yes, they are.
They balanced, Uncle MJ? But he buffering. But they're balanced. But if I hit you with the pound of feathers and the pound of rock, what's going to hurt more?
That rock.
So they're balanced in weight, but not equal in what? Force.
Right.
So everything that's balanced ain't going to be equal. Everything that's equal is not going to be balanced.
That's a fact.
But this whole world was predicated off of balance. The whole, we done left Uncle MJ. Like this whole world was predicated off of balance. Let's get Uncle MJ back.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you're right. You're absolutely right, man. There you go.
Oh, we got you back. You heard what I just said, Unc? What you think? You heard what I just said?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So I was just telling Rich
Can you hear
that,
me?
yeah, we can hear you. I want to get your thought on this. I was telling Rich, just now, and the people
Hello?
listening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello? Hello?
You can't hear us? We can hear you. We can hear you.
We kind of like a couple seconds off as far as time. So
It's a delay.
can you hear me in real time?
Yeah. Yes. And shout out Big Bro Chase Flow. He said something serious. Him and Ashley.
I can hear
saying
you now. Yeah.
They getting to us, through our
For
food
some reason, I'm just
and the
losing.
things that we drink. That's also very true. The chemicals they put in our food and
Yes,
our
I
drinks.
can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay. You just a couple of seconds off. What I mean, it's a delay. It's a
Okay.
delay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a delay. On my side. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you said everything correctly. Listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave and come back in and see if I can
Go ahead.
start all over. I'll
All
do
right. Let's do his phone. Talk that Afro gangster Ishkabibble. Hey, yo, I would die for Ishkabibble cheesesteak right now. I'm gonna hold you, big bro. The cheese fries too.
What's Ishkabibbles?
That's a cheesesteak spot. It's a famous, like all the celebrities who come to Philly go there. It's off South Street. I think like 3rd and South. And they chicken cheesesteaks. Whew.
What's that one on the corner that you can't go inside, but it's like on the corner you get the food from right outside?
You can't go inside.
Was it Gino's? It started with a G?
Probably Gino, but you can go inside. No, you talking about it's like a white and red building.
They got mad pictures outside, all the celebrities.
Yeah. Nobody eats there. That's a tourist spot.
Right, yeah, but I'm
Nobody
talking about
from
going
Philly eats there.
I'm talking about going. I went like maybe 15 years plus ago.
Yeah, that's a tourist spot that they show because it's white. Nobody from Philly really eats there.
Wow.
Like I never been there a day
What's
in my
the
life.
name of it?
It's called it's not Gino's. It's I think it's is it Pat's? I don't remember the name. That's how much I don't go there. Hey, what's the name of that spot in Philly that nobody in Philly eat cheesesteak from there, but it's like the tourist spot. You can't go inside, it's white and red outside out of the pictures. It's in South Philly, you know what I'm talking about. Not Gino's. It's another one. I can't remember the name of it.
He got a super delay, I think.
It's still a delay on our end. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We hear you, This dude in technology is funny.
Right.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Say something. So can you hear us? He shakes his head. Say something, Uncle MJ. Just say something. He's not even talking.
So we're gonna keep it flowing. I gotta cause my biggest thing right now, is Ashley, you can't hear us? Says she can't hear us.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can y'all hear us? can't hear us. Can y'all hear us?
Hey. Let's go. Oh, somebody said somebody's video.
That's Unc. I'll just add him back in.
Okay.
Are you cool now? Can you hear me?
We always can hear you. Can you hear us?
Damn, they can't hear us now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can
Hello?
you hear us? You can't hear us? We're not muted, right?
No.
What the hell?
I don't know what's wrong with this joint. Why you can't hear us? Everything connected. Everything suited and booted.
Yeah. I know that thing ain't off because if it was, then we wouldn't hear him. So I don't know. I can hear you, MJ.
Oh, now he's saying I'm lagging badly. And I look just totally fine over here.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
No. I never use the Wi-Fi.
Turn your Wi-Fi off, yeah.
No.
Sometimes you said lagging badly.
Am I still lagging?
Slagging and lagging.
Paps and Genos.
There we go.
Pats and Gina.
It's Pats.
Pats.
I mean that's the tourist spot. You got if you're going down South Philly, it's Ishka-Bibbles.
I just told you.
People go to Ishka-Bibbles.
Gyms.
They go to gym.
I was just telling him that.
Huh?
No, I was just telling Rich Mom. I said nobody from Philly go to Pats and Geno's to get a cheesesteak.
It's like a delay. It's a real bad delay.
Right, this joint tripping.
Okay. It's a real bad delay. It's a real bad delay. I don't know what that is, but
Me either. I don't know why this joint tweak it like this. I have no idea what it is either.
No,
You might want to start the live over.
You might have to.
yes, but it's lagging. It's a bad delay on your side.
Yeah,
Everybody on the live can hear me live time. As far as you're concerned, you're lagging.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the live over. Cause I don't know why it's doing this. So I'm gonna save this joint.
I'm telling you, I'm on the live.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the live over. Maybe if I restart the live, it'll work. So I'm gonna start the live over. So everybody watching, tune back in.
Tune back in, Mama Moonsie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell going on.
I don't know what episode this is.
Shit. I want to say 8, 9, 10, 11.
I think so too. I ain't sure. This is all good.
I don't want to play no games. That's dope, though, what you just was saying about the family. Like, I think that's really true, and I think that is an issue that niggas need to really, like, work on, because at the end of the day, without that, we ain't gonna make it nowhere. We ain't gonna get nowhere.
No, we ain't gonna get everybody, not by ourselves. We not. No. We gotta get out of this whole we're strong thing.
Can you straight? I don't know if it's my phone or that phone. I just need it straight, like tilted to the left a little bit. If it's your phone, there you go. That's perfect.
Hopefully everything back up and want to act regular.
That is perfect, actually. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Can you hear us? Damn, it's still lagging?
Yeah, it's just you're on a delay on our side. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know what's up with this joint,
Yeah,
bro.
you're on a delay.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
So like you're speaking, but you're
What the? Oh, that shit cut off.
What cut off? Yeah, hold on. I don't know. We trying.
yeah. Ashley will tell you like. It's
Yeah,
a
no, I
delay
saw that.
on
We
our side.
trying to see what's wrong with it now. Cause I don't know what's up with this joint. I can't. I'm just as new to Instagram as you is. I'm still learning this as I go.
Yeah, but I mean,
I am not IG savvy.
what's going on has to have something to do with the service.
So maybe I should try to connect to the internet.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi might help.
Yeah, hold on. Cause I'm like, bro, this is
Okay.
tweaking.
Timed out by the noise.
Yeah, this joint out of pocket.
That's your white truck?
Hmm?
That's your white truck?
No. I don't know who that is.
Who that is? That is my birthday.
All right, let's try it now.
Alright, is it lagging?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's not. It's not lagging now. You're actually live now. You're live.
Well,
Right here.
yeah, I know we can't hear anymore though.
Can you connect back to this?
Yeah, I never disconnected from it.
I don't know why I just did that.
This job stupid. I never disconnected from it.
You back on it?
Huh?
You connect back to it?
Yeah, and it's still on. I never disconnected from it.
Can you hear him on there again?
Hmm?
I'm dead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him just fine. It's just I just can't hear him in the microphone, in the headphones.
That's what's wrong.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Now you're live now. Like, I just want to say that for the
You
record.
disconnect from it and go back to it?
Follow you, but you're so far behind.
Right, I don't know. I got you. This John was over here bugging. I'm telling you, Instagram don't like me.
Go back to go to the
I
stream
am.
over one
I
time.
got you.
That was weird.
Alright. I'm connected back to that John.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. Oh well.
Still on there, though, right?
Yeah. I guess it's the way it's gonna be. I don't know. Ain't no big deal to me. I can hear him just fine.
Yeah.
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear him just fine. I don't know what's wrong with you, John. I don't know.
Let's continue. See what's going on.
All right. Well, anyway, so today, we've been talking about family and everything. So, what is something that you wish your family had growing up? Like, was you wish they were more family-like, spend more time together? Do you wish they were so divided? Do you wish they were more supportive? Like, whatever. Like, what do you wish your family had more of growing up that you try to now incorporate into your family?
That's a good question. I came up. I didn't have a really bad childhood. Financially, it was pretty dope.
All right. Fuck. Calling my mother.
Oh, shit.
This nigga here.
Hang on, bro.
I am. You keep calling the back. I don't know how the fuck you doing that.
That's because it's connected to this. I don't understand why it's not even doing it to live. It's the live that's fucking up your phone. Because you heard it ringing,
Yeah.
right? Let's go back to live. I'm going to leave it alone. Let's let it be how it is.
Yeah.
That shit bugged out.
I'm back at a lot of that joint screen black now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nigga. I should have left it the fuck alone.
You should have left it alone.
Yeah.
This is ghetto.
This is ghetto.
This is ghetto. Bro, this joint tweaking, bro. I don't like Instagram.
yeah, I feel like they hear what we talking about. And they like, fuck this.
Right.
You are not going to be talking about this today.
At all. I don't like Instagram.
I ain't never did no shit like this before.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this joint. I don't know. Okay.
That is disgusting.
That was Richmond's fault. I'm blaming it on Richmond.
Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah. God damn it.
She's still stuck in traffic, huh? That joint crazy.
She probably gave up. Cause it was kind of heavy.
So what about you, Rich? What you got? What's something that you wish your family was more like or had more of, so on and so forth?
Well, the beauty of my family right now is we had a lot. Oh damn! To say the beauty and say what I'm about to say is not good, but we had a lot of deaths in my family.
Okay.
Early on, a lot of people died. Now I have a very big family on both sides.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got my Jamaican side, I got my American side. On the American side, we had a whole lot of deaths. So that made us at some point stop and come together because there was a lot of feuds. There was a lot of feuds in and out of my family, like so we was kind of separated. So now, for the past, I want to say like 10 years, we've been real strong on family reunions and getting together. And if somebody gets married, we all going out there. Then we have even smaller pockets of the family where we'll just meet somewhere like Miami, you know, like, and I mean, aunties, uncles, everything, just to keep the family tight, you know. And I realized that I thought that was a norm because it was happening for so long. I thought that's how all families did. Right. And I realized that they don't, you know what I'm saying? So when we had one death on the Jamaican side, which means my grandfather died, and to be honest, it was like nobody had died on that side in probably 20 years. So it was so crazy that my family was acting up. So when I got up at the funeral, you know, I kind of flipped on him like, you know, yeah, like, when's the last time y'all even spoke to Grandpa? You feel what I'm saying? Like, and y'all in here bickering. Like, you can see the different issues. So I got at them and basically try to get them on board with what my other side of my family's doing. So I personally feel like you just need more family reunions. You kind of need like a judicial system inside the family. Right. So when something happens in my family, my moms will, the two parties will contact my mom. She's become my grandmother. So the two parties will contact my mom and, you know, be complaining, and my mother will mediate the situation so that even if you mad at each other, we go to a family reunion, y'all niggas gonna act like family. You know, we've had family members, you know, pull out guns on each other, all types of craziness, but my mother mediates it, and basically, you know, you got to deal with each other, you got to face the problem head on, but then after that, it's smooth. So I just feel like if more families did stuff like that, like actually treated it like a community, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, I'm all the way back to like 5th and 6th cousins. Like, my family's so close that my mother's cousins, I call them auntie and uncle, like those are her brothers and sisters. Right. And then they kids is like my first cousins, even though, you know, it's crazy. It's real deep how far back it goes. It's 5th, 6th, 7th cousins.
That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if more families had more family reunions, you'll meet more of your family that you didn't know you had. When the family gets extended, people get married, they have kids, you'll get to know them. You know, so that's what's going on in my family. Like, we big, we and strong. Like, we have, you know, everybody wear the same T-shirts type shit. You know, like, we really strong when it comes to my family. So, yeah, like, you know, that's that. I think if they did that more, that we could become powerful again as a people.
Okay. What about you, Unc?
More balance, less
Just put that mic by it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
The mic, just that mic. No, keep it. This one, yeah. Just put that by your phone. Right.
Yeah, more balance and more balance and more understanding. That's it. Less confusion, more communication. That's it.
Okay. For me, I wish, you know, I'm going to speak on both sides, both my mother and father's side. On my mother's side, you know, I wish we had. I wish we would heal. On my mother's side, I feel like I look at a lot of my aunts and uncles and grandparents, and I don't feel like nobody's truly healed. I feel like nobody is truly sat down and truly said what they need to say to one another. Because if they do, we gonna fight.
It's gonna be crazy.
Like, we from Philly. Like, we gonna fight, family or not. You say the thing we don't like, we gonna punch you in your mouth. Like, we gonna fight. It's just ultimately what it is.
Right.
And because I feel like everybody isn't healed, everybody is selfish. And my family, man, I look at my family overall, like, they dope when it comes to talent. Like, my family's talented. They're intelligent. They're beautiful people. Like, it's funny. I was just talking to Ashley, and Ashley always say how none of your cousins or uncles are ugly. Like, oh, y'all some beautiful men. Like,
yeah.
And then, like, my homeboys, they see my aunts, my cousins, like, yo, all your women in your family is bad. We just beautiful people. Like I said, with the time, my immediate family, my aunts, my uncles, my first cousin. Like, we're all beautiful. When you get to the third and fourth, fifth cousins, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's not immediate no more. My grandma's sisters married somebody else.
Right.
When it gets to my grandma and get with my grandfather and trickling down from there, like, we're all beautiful on the outside. Right. I feel like a lot of them are ugly on the inside.
That's deep.
And because of, you know, trauma, because they've been through a lot, you know, like it's funny, like. My family's life can be a movie. That's how crazy it is, like a drama series. So I wish, like, you know, they would heal so that we can truly come together. Because, you know, we trying to do that now. You know, this year we had our second family reunion back to back.
Dope. That's dope.
You know,
yeah.
But the first one was last year, second one was this year, and I've always tell people this, and every time we get together, it's always proved me right. My family is good to be together for a day or two. After that, hands are going. Like, we can't be around each other more than a day or two without a fight breaking out. It happens every time faithfully. And that all comes back, like I said, just from trauma. Somebody's eventually gonna see something that you don't like, or you're gonna remember somebody did to you a couple years ago and that triggered you, so you're gonna snap again. Like, to the point where daughters ain't talking to fathers, and these brothers and sisters ain't dealing with each other. Just so on and so forth. Just a lot of trauma, and I really wish we would heal, because I know if we did, bro, we can be powerful. Like you said, powerful beyond measure. Like, my family overall, when it just comes to, like, when it comes to the things they're able to do, they really are dope. They just got hurt and pain, like most of us, in their way. So I wish that, you know, we would come together more, because there's a lot of them. My grandma and my grandfather, my grandma had 10 kids. Damn. My grandfather, he got like 20. Like, I got a Hawaiian aunt somewhere that I've never met a day in my life. Really, that he didn't have when he was in the army. Never met a day in my life.
Now, could you imagine if your family had your family reunion, but then there's another time where it was like a family reunion for everybody on the block, though? Like, imagine if y'all got strong enough to where y'all could withstand each other, but then it gets bigger to where all your friends on the block now, their families is hooking up with your families. Bro,
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, it would be like insurmountable, just of the things that we'll be able to do. Like, it would be crazy. Like, It'll be crazy. It would just be.
That would be what we need as a people.
Well, I'm telling you, it'd be powerful. As far as my father's side of the family, I don't know them.
I don't even know them.
Like, all I know is my shout out my aunt Tamika. I know my aunt and her 2 kids, my cousins, and, you know, my siblings that my other siblings that my father had. As far as everybody else, I didn't really know them. I was pretty much growing up, I was pretty much the outcast, because my father was a fiend. I don't like to say a fiend, but, you know, he had his demons.
Right.
So everybody, and it's crazy. It's so crazy, because I used to feel it growing up, and I thought I was tripping. But, like, everybody on my dad's side, when I would come up before my grandmother died, my father's mother, I used to go with her every summer. She died when I was 12. So up until 12, I would go with her every summer. That was my baby. I love that woman to this day. That was my baby. Like, but I would come around, I would see how the family looked at me. Like, and I'm named after my father. So look at Kevin Jr. Is he gonna be like his father? Is he gonna be another drug dealer / drug addict? Like, I see the eyeballs, and, like, I felt, like, I just felt, even as a kid, I couldn't explain it, but I felt it. They just looked at me like I was like nothing more than my father's child, a repeat. And it's so crazy. My aunt, I said my father's older sister, I love my aunt Tamika, and even she had to keep it. I'll never forget this. I was like 24, 25. She called me one day, and she's like, Kevin, I apologize. Now my aunt Tamika, she always showed me love for the most part. She like when my grandma died, she'll keep it up and she'll get me every now and then. You know, she'll show me love, buy me little gifts, stuff like that. You know, and I can even tell with her there was this little slight animosity there, but I can see the fact that she loved me as her nephew, that she tried to bypass it and still get me and be with me, and to this day I love her for that. But you know, like I said, she called me one day and she's like, Kevin, I apologize. Like, what you talking about? She's like, because you are nothing like your father. I misjudged you and I'm so sorry. She's like, I apologize. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? But I remember I used to feel that way, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I'm sorry. She like, the fact that you are 25 years old, you ain't got no kids, you never smoked a day in your life, you never been to jail, so she's like, you are nothing like your father, and I'm sorry. Because I just swore up and down that you was going to be.
Just like,
So like her saying it to me just further on, like, solidify how I felt about my whole dad and family.
Else feel.
Like, they were just, to where when I got older and I came around a little bit and they saw how it was, they were all surprised. Like, hold up, wait a minute. This is Kevin's son? It's the same little big head little Kevin that, like, you're like, no, I may look like the man. I don't think I do, but they say I do.
Right.
You know, I may walk and talk like him, may got some of his, characteristics, but ultimately I'm my own person, my own individual.
Right.
I ain't him to a degree, you know what I'm saying? So I think, that from my father's side, if they can look, and then the crazy part is, for them to look at me like that because of who my father is, and then I get old and I realize who they is, they got some nerve. Ain't that the pot calling?
They got some nerve.
The pot calling the kettle black. Like, they got some nerve.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess from my father's side of the family, if they can get off their high horse, if they high horse, because just because of a child's parents may be this way, you can save them from being that way.
Right, exactly.
By picking up what their parents like it just and like I said, and maybe it's just me, but like, all my siblings, to the day I die, I got all my siblings back. To the day I die. And all my siblings' kids that they will have, I will have they back.
As well.
So like my niece now, like, everybody thinks my niece is my daughter because I post her so much on my social media. Like, I tell you, that's my first daughter. I tell you, that's my first daughter.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like none of my nieces or nephews, whether they father's there or not, they gonna have a father.
Correct.
Uncle Kevin's gonna be there.
Right.
Like, but you have some people who are not like that. It's like I can never understand how you can have a whole niece and nephew, and you just, your parents, your mother don't want you. I don't want you. Like, I'm gonna be ready to beat my siblings up because what you doing with my niece and nephew?
Right.
Like, why ain't you stepping up and being the parent? Give them here until you get your life together. When you come on back and you can get your kids back. Until then, Uncle Kevin got them.
Right.
And I feel like we need to really, like, come together in the sense of, like, I am a branch of your mother and father. Like, no, I didn't have you directly, but your mother or father is my brother or sister. And I'm the oldest, so my little brother and sister are at that. So I am an extension of that said parent.
Right.
Like, one thing growing up, always, my mercy conscience was always my mother and my Aunt Tookie. Shout out my Aunt Tookie. Because I knew if I couldn't get a hold of my mother, my Aunt Tookie was coming.
She got you.
If I had nowhere to go, I can go to my Aunt Tookie. Even though she kicked me out, but that was my fault. I deserved to get kicked out when I was 20. That was my fault.
So I did it.
I did that. She had everybody to kick me out. I'd have kicked me out too, now that I think about it. But I always know, even to this day, at 28 years old, I still put my mother and my Aunt Tookie down as my emergency contact. Because I know if you can't get a hold of my mother,
you got her.
My Aunt Tookie is coming.
Right.
I know it. They'll always be like my second mom. When my mom swung with the left, she came with the right. Them Jones hurt. Like, they hurt.
Family.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just wish, like, all families would have that kind of mindset and that kind of thinking. Like, at the end of the day, we are all an extension of each other.
That's a fact.
You're all an extension of each other.
That's nice, man. I wish the same thing. I ain't gonna lie. Because, my family's the same way. So I get it, and it's a beautiful thing when you got all these people you can go to, so you never really feel alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's and every family need an Uncle MJ.
Uncle MJ.
Every family need an Uncle MJ. I said every family need an Uncle MJ, man. That OG who gonna drop that OG game on, you know. Take you under his wing, show you some love real quick.
Facts.
You know what happens when the family, like you said, coming up is it's just a breakdown in communication, bro. Everything that you're talking about, like as far as family having trauma and things, really, if I had to ask one thing, it's more clear in the black family.
Agreed.
If you communicated more, you were more transparent and led with that with integrity, we wouldn't have any problems. You need those three major things in order to build a stable foundation.
Agreed.
Because if you communicate well, and you're transparent about how you feel, and you're saying it truthfully, and somebody else receives it truthfully, and you're not trying to hurt one another as far as verbally, like you're not trying to, girl, you ain't this or whatever, or jealousy, I think all of us will be way more well off. I think other communities do that. I think Asian people communicate with one another a little more. I don't know about other, I think Indian people communicate better. That's even Mexicans, and the reason why I know that is because
they all live together.
Right.
They all live together.
Right, it could be 20 of them in the house. Now, 20 black people in the same family, like you said, for a length of time, can't stay in a house that long.
Oh, hell.
You know what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna work.
Definitely be an
It's
issue.
sad, but it's the truth. Yeah.
I mean, the crazy part is like, it could work, and if like you said, Uncle, we communicated, and I truly wish, and it starts with the parents, like, cause I got people I know who are not close with their siblings, and it bothers me to my soul because I could never imagine not being close with any one of my little brothers and little sisters, and I don't like half of them, but I love all of them. Like I couldn't imagine, like my thing is like, and I was just always taught, and this is my family, like. We had this joint like when it came to siblings and cousins. If y'all all go together, y'all better come back together. Like you can't come back by yourself. Like if we came back by ourselves,
you're in trouble.
we got in trouble.
Yeah.
So if my cousin didn't want to leave, and I wanted to leave, and I guess what? I had to freaking wait.
Yeah.
Cause I show up without him,
It's a problem.
I'm in trouble. If one fight, we all better fight. It can't be he come back with a black eye and busted lip, and I'm still sitting and looking all smooth and clean. Hold up. What the hell was going on?
That's how it was.
Like we couldn't, like, no matter how much we fought inside the house, like we had to. At the day we left the house, we a team.
Yeah.
We a unit. So I can't imagine like I know people who really are not close to their brothers and sisters, like toward their enemies. And I can never fathom because it's like my sister or my brother can't call me and I'm not on my way. No matter how much me and my little sister may argue because she thinks she's my age and she can go toe to toe with me, if she called me, I'm there.
Coming, yeah.
I don't care. We just got done arguing 2 minutes later. She called me and said some man and put his hands on her.
It's over.
I'm flying.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine that. Like so, like I just never understood. Like, and I've seen it even growing up. I've seen where like, and I've gotten in fights over this where I've been out and I've seen where people picking on this little boy. And his big brother is sitting there doing nothing about it. I think got mad and fought the big brother. Like, you punk. You can't sit there and make... Like, my little brother has autisms. So a lot of my fights growing up was because of my little brother. Because kids are cruel. Or make fun of my little brother because he funny looking or he say funny things. Like, no, I can make fun of him all day. I can tease him all day.
Do it, right.
But you can't dare say nothing about my little brother without us be scrapping.
Right.
That's my little brother. Don't think because I make fun of him that you can. Right. Nizzy. Like, no, we about to fight.
Facts.
So I just never understood how some people can, like, literally have brothers and sisters and treat them like they're just regular Joes. Like, I don't believe in that half-brother, half-sister crap. We come from the same vagina or the same appendage.
You got some of my blood. We with it.
Listen, I don't care. We got the same mama and different daddies, the same dad, different mamas. We are full-blooded goddamn siblings.
Yeah, you my
I don't care about that
sister.
half anything. You are full sibling, and I fully got your back, no matter what.
Facts.
And I truly think, like Uncle MJ said, all that comes down to communication ultimately. Because I just can't, like for me personally, as like, and when I have, start having my kids, they gonna know from Jump Street, y'all siblings. Let me find out y'all in these streets fighting each other. Let me find out y'all in these streets and y'all not having each other back. I'm gonna beat both of y'all up off Jump Street. I don't care if y'all hate each other. Y'all can hate and fight after y'all fight the people in the street.
Right.
You bring that back to the house. Daddy gonna have the gloves. Y'all can throw it on. Cause I'm gonna let my kids scrap. Y'all wanna scrap? Look at the gloves. That's how y'all learn to fight.
Yeah, get with it.
Go ahead and scrap. But when y'all leave this house, it's y'all and against the world. And that's just at the end of the day how. Cause once me and mommy die, y'all all y'all got.
That's it.
That's all y'all got. You know what I'm saying? It's just y'all. Y'all are now gonna be the new leaders of this family. How y'all gonna do that if y'all all separate?
Right. If y'all not getting with each other.
Like, that's nah. So I just never understood that dynamic. That's just a whole out of pocket dynamic to me.
But that's why I appreciate growing up in the projects, because in my projects we would war and beef with each other, literally shoot at each other. But if
another project could come
if I was outside the projects and a nigga that I hate seeing me getting into an issue, he coming.
Yeah, you can't.
Because we eating war.
Right.
I don't care what we doing inside the projects, how we feel about each other. When we outside, this eating war, like we repping, like we together, nigga. This is my brother now. When we get back inside, I hate you. But for right now, come on, nigga. Can't have nobody, that's like my brother. You know what I mean? So I that's one of the things about the projects that I respected, you know what I'm saying? That it was like that. It was like a camaraderie. It's like family, regardless of how we felt. Like you reminded me of that when you said we could be fighting or whatever. It don't matter. If we outside together, nigga. This is we family.
Right.
You know?
It used to be that way, everybody. Like exactly what Rich Bo is saying. It used to be where the entire block was one big community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you got in trouble, like if I got in trouble before I made it to my grandma's house, shit, I got whipped like 4 times. You know what I'm saying? From people that was on the block that was raised, like you said, Kev, by the matriarch, which is my grandma, who holds hell, and that's where we lacking. The grandmoms ain't the same grandmoms as the day.
Well, the grandmas are 35. That's why.
That's the problem.
They ain't go through life to have that wisdom yet.
They still in the club.
They're not raised the same.
Go watch. They with that. Watch your own kids. I'm trying to go out tonight too.
I'm trying to party too. I got a little man coming through.
Right. That's your age.
That's what it boils down to, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You're absolutely correct, though. It boils down to just the basics, which is communication, transparency, and integrity. If we had that as a people, even in our family, wherever we have those characteristics and people, use that on a day-to-day basis, it wouldn't be any issues. The only time you see in domestic violence and just anything else is because I told Sage this a long time ago, it's a breakdown in communication. Somewhere along the line, either somebody's trying to convey something where the other person is not comprehending, or they ignoring or something. The communication means it goes both ways. So everybody on the live, I want you to understand, it goes both ways. So not only are you the person who's going to speak, the person that you're speaking to has to understand and comprehend. That's the communication. It's not one-sided. That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what's another thing I think we need? We need to just stop being angry. We need to stop being angry because I hear a lot of people get mad about the white boy who got off, and everybody's like, yo, you heard about that? Yo, what you think about that? So my friend called me today, and he was like, yo, what you think about that dude that got off? So I was like, I said, to be honest, I heard the judgment, and I heard why he got off. I said, the boy just got a good lawyer. I said, I feel like, to be honest with you, mind you, I'm talking blindly because I did hear what the verdict was, and I did hear what defense he used, which was stand his ground. And everybody's like, oh, he was fake crying, he this, he that, blah, 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 blah. So then I'm like, all these black people was mad that the boy got off. And then my friend, and I'm talking, I said, I know he killed some of our people, but my friend said, whoa, see, that's where you wrong. I said, what happened? He said he killed 2 white people, and shot at another white person. That shit ain't got nothing to do with us. Why we mad? And I was like, I said that's crazy. I didn't even know that he killed white people, and we upset. What we mad for?
Because it's still white privilege.
We upset.
But it's not because look, no one's doing their research. Listen, the nigga got on the stand and said, the one that didn't die, the third person, he got on the stand and said we drew our guns on him first.
No, but that's not the point. The point is, the reason why I think they're mad because, like I said, it does come under white privilege because when the cops went to the scene, he walked by them. They seen him
with his gun out. I seen the video. Yeah.
Running away from a scene where people were shot.
Yeah.
I can't walk down the street with my shot
out with your gun out.
Hand.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point. You run away from a scene where people where there's blood and bodies laying down.
Right.
With a gun in, you run right. The cop, how you doing, young man? Keep on going.
I seen that shit.
Like,
he ran right by them.
Like that's the thing where people are upset because that's still a form of, well, not a form. It is in itself white privilege that you can walk with a rifle, an assault rifle at that.
But once them boys said that they pulled out on him first, it's like he's not going to jail for that. He's not going to jail for that. It is crazy that they let. I seen that video. That's the part I'm like, but yeah, that's crazy. But it's just like, you know, my thing is what are we upset about? It's true. It is. It's there. It is what it is. I think more than being upset, we need to just do something about it. Because the thing about with our people is we like being mad at shit, but we ain't doing nothing about it.
I agree.
That's like me, you know, when you're in a relationship and the person want to just talk about the problem, what's the solution? Let's make a solution.
We've grown too comfortable in being victims. We like being victims. This world is victimized. Everybody wants to be a victim.
Yeah. Everybody
wants to be a victim. Instead of taking that same energy to solve the problem, we'll use that said energy to complain about the problem. Because we want you to. Because we found power and pity. We found power and pity. People pity, like, oh, they pity me. They care. Makes me feel good. It all comes down to self-esteem issues and things of that nature.
Right.
You know, so. But nonetheless, I want to say I love you too, my mom, and you know, welcome, Miss Sage. You look beautiful. How you doing? You look beautiful, Miss Sage.
I've been here. They just wouldn't let me on.
Oh, really?
you know what's crazy? I kind of wanted to just bring this up. I know it's off topic, but just because I didn't talk about it anywhere else. You know, rest in peace to my grandfather Khalil. He's
rest in peace.
Like you said, it's blood. Like it's my cousin's father's father, which is still my, you know.
It's your uncle, great uncle.
It's something like I don't know how it go.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Uncle. That's your cousin. That's your great uncle.
I'm related to his mother by blood and the father. You know, so. Right. I don't know, but this man, you know, I met him a long time ago. He always been a powerful man to me and powerful in my life. And he did 22 years for the murder of Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? And when he was released...
Wait, what?
He did 22 years for the murder of Malcolm X.
Wait, what?
Your grandfather.
Yes.
About to do a meme. Wait, what?
Right.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? The way you saying it is crazy.
Wait,
too.
What?
But, you know, and... They just released him one day. You know what I'm saying? Like he got released or whatever. He passed away years ago. But he was just exonerated like 2 days ago.
So he really didn't kill him.
He didn't. He always said he didn't. But nobody believed him. In the movie they actually used his name, and he was actually named as one of the killers. In that movie, Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been said that him and the other guy that got caught. That they got caught, you know, and my cousin's father always said he remember when he was young, them just coming in and just dragging him out the house. Like it wasn't even like they arrested him at the scene. They just came in and just dragged him out the house one day.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he's always been accused of that. And, you know, he always used to look over his shoulder feeling like somebody would feel like you killed Malcolm X, so we're going to get you, you know?
Yeah,
and
long day.
I just want to say, you know, it's sad that they wait this long to exonerate somebody, and then it's like he's not even alive to enjoy that you know relief. I know that was 22 years. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Shout out to that good brother. May he rest in peace.
Yeah. Now he can rest in peace. I feel
he finds solace in the afterlife.
Yeah, I want to elaborate on something that you said MJ Suhaila was dying at you, and Kevin was speaking in reference to the family she laughing. I said, "What are you laughing at?" She said, "He done ate about 3 Starbursts."
Oh yeah, he was going in.
You was pulling the wrapper all in the camera. She's like, he acting like he watching TV. She said, Sue thought it was so hilarious. She was like, it was good because she was like,
They were mambas. They were cyber mambas.
Oh, mambas. I said, what's so funny? She said, Uncle MJ killing them Starbursts. He like he watching TV killing them Starbursts.
He was
I
going
said
in.
he had to embody Chase in his absence.
There we go.
But
I was enjoying myself listening to Kev and Richmond. He was giving
very good advice. And I think that my elaboration to you and into you on what you said in reference to how you made the statement in reference to how the Mexicans can all live together in the same space without any confrontation, or we don't know if it's confrontation.
Well, no, I mean no comment because I work with Mexicans. There's definitely confrontation.
Yeah, Mexicans
well,
fight,
yeah, but he's saying they communicate.
Beyond it,
But I think the difference is that just like the Mexicans, the Asians, and Chinese or Indians, everyone that you guys spoke about, I think the reason why they can do it and we don't do it is because we don't have a plan. They have a plan when they're all living together, right? They know what they set out to do. They have an organized plan.
Facts.
Outside of having an organized plan, they have their culture that unites them, right? So it's not a household where in our household, it can be a bunch of us, but then we got 4 or 5 different type of damn denominations in religion. We got this person over here doing one thing and another person over there, and it's all judgmental and chaos, and there's no plan. Everybody's doing their own thing. And I think that's the difference. So I think that may be the difference why there's more chaos in our communities than in their communities, because when they have their culture, so if they can't relate to nothing else, their culture, when there's a cookout in the backyard or they doing Mexican and Puerto Rican food and all that other stuff, they out there all having fun together because this is their culture. Right. You know what I mean? And then they have a plan. They know who's going to go out the house first. They know they have a plan.
Yeah, they all going to work together and everything. You know what
we don't have a plan.
You know what that is too? That I think our people have too much individuality going on. Way too much.
Yeah. Way too much.
Because like you said, I could see a black house with 20 people. What's going to happen is she going to be in the room trying to read and y'all too loud, but they downstairs listening to music. You know what I'm saying? You go do what you doing. They playing the video game. They, like you said, Mexican, they all going to be on the back porch having a Heineken, talking, chilling. Like they do things together. We don't. We all have our own little things we like to do, and a lot of us like to be left alone.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it would definitely be hard.
And that's because our identity half of the time is suppressed. I won't say taken. It's taken away, but it's suppressed. The communication is not there because the communication is suppressed, and I think we all have been guilty of it. If you grow up in the household, especially with the type of parents that we had or grandparents that we had, especially if it was religion, you don't really have an opinion on your beliefs or things that you understand. And if they can't answer it, all they tell you to do is have faith in, or you can't question God or this, so your answers is not getting met. You understand? So you're basically growing up through life blind. You're just going along to get along, not even knowing what you truly believe in, because no one even answered your questions.
They don't even allow you to ask questions.
Everything about what you want to do has been said to you, that everything that you want to do is wrong without explanation. What type of value does that leave in a child? What type of identity have you passed off to the child?
Right. And you leaving them to get them answers from somebody else.
So anything that gives them identity, they running towards.
They're gonna run toward it. A gang.
Anything.
Anything. Yeah.
Anything.
And there's anything that also that gives them a sense of acceptance.
That too.
Coming out, she said a lot of times in the black family, they have a way of making the child feel unaccepted.
Of course, don't speak to spoken to.
Like a lot of times,
I
think
the
mistake that we make
when
it comes to the black family, that we make the kids seem like a chore versus seem like a wanted presence. Like you said, don't speak less spoken to. You should be seen and not heard. All those things,
all the things they do to women.
All those things, you know.
Wow.
But
is that not true though?
It's the women that do it to us. It's the mother that do it to us.
But here's the thing though. So the oppressed do what, as they say?
The oppressed oppress.
Exactly.
Oppressed, yeah.
But like I said,
hurt people.
Listen, it's a cycle. Because the men are oppressing the women are oppressing them. Same little boys who become men who are going to oppress somebody else's woman. So it's just a cycle that could turn, that conflict that keeps on going. So it's almost an argument of what came first, the chicken or the egg. Who oppressed who first, the man or the woman? It's almost an argument of that because if the man's oppressing his wife, she's going to then oppress the kids. But some of them kids are boys. When he get older, he's going to oppress his woman. She's going to oppress his kids and so on and so forth.
And that's why the cycle
Who came first, the chicken or the egg? It's like as much an argument.
And as much as I respect it, it's sad because it's so weird because I advocate the home, black home for, us, because that's what our children need to see. I advocate it, but it's so hard because of everything that we came out of, right? We got to unlearn and relearn that. I advocate the acceptance of, separation and growing to unlearn and relearn so that they can come back together and just be dynamic. But it's so hard because it's hard for women to have all of these children that they actually have to raise by themselves, opposed to being happy to being unhappy in a relationship. And the same thing, we can't assume, because a lot of people make an assumption because people are married 10, 20, 30 years that it was peaches and cream. And nothing can survive that long without more chaos than anything. And people are under the assumption that, you had the Cosby life, or you had that. That means anything. That child could have witnessed more trauma than you in a single household. So people have to get out of their head what they pictured the Partridge Family. What does that look like? You know what I mean? They have endured a lot in those marriages.
Listen, sometimes I always say, because I pride myself being a fighter. So I like to use fighter eulogies, not eulogies, but
I'm about to say eulogy.
I mean to say eulogies. I've been talking a lot, but I always say the best fighter knows when to stop fighting. But the greatest fighter among us know when to stop fighting. Like you have to know sometimes when it's worth to throw them hands up, when it's not worth it. Sometimes you gotta just back out and you better see, been together 10, 20 years. Much as I want to see us thrive and be together, if out of them 20 years, 15 years was hell, what you stay for?
Well, it's a lot of hell.
I mean, it's a lot of reasons you can give, but did any of the reasons truly justify the means, so to speak?
To them, it does, and it's just like, to them it does, because I was at a lecture a very long time ago. Matter of fact, it was about 12 years ago. This one in particular lecture. It was funny because they said that one of the worst fears of people. Matter of fact, guess what's one of the worst fears of people? I'll let y'all guess it.
I already know what it is.
What?
It's the unknown.
Okay, you.
Death,
MJ.
Success, actually.
Hey, that hit home. That hit deep.
That's crazy.
Even though, all of those, there's no wrong answer to it. But what he said was the worst fear, statistic-wise, out of all of those things that was mentioned, was public speaking. People would rather be dead than get up and speak into a room full of people. I thought it was most hilarious. He was like, most people, you call a room of 1 million people, say, come up here in front of these people, they'd rather die.
I believe,
he said they'd rather die.
I believe it, because I believe that, but all that, of which all three I just named, stems back to the word unknown. Because it's all about
That's why I said
success, the unknown, if you truly want to be successful.
But that's why I said
death, because death is unknown. We don't know if that's really the end of life, or public speaking, how they're going to react to what you say, if you're going to fumble your words.
But that's why I said there's no wrong answer.
Really no wrong
but
answer.
He said that.
But it all comes back to the unknown.
They did statistics wise, and they asked, and most people like, give me death, forget it, I'm not getting up there.
I would argue that, and to read out loud. Most people like reading out loud.
Really?
Most people do not like reading out loud.
I don't mind reading out loud.
Even
though I love to read.
A lot of people don't. Because how you read may not be how you speak.
Which is true.
And a lot of people it's all about that uncomfortableness of are they going to reject it versus how I read or versus how I speak. So now you're doing, when you're reading out loud, you're publicly speaking but now you're publicly speaking what you're reading. That's even different than speaking out your mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's even something totally different. They read the lines it's like, I don't say that in the book.
Especially when you can't read and somebody force you to read out loud.
Listen, you struggle with it,
I mean, you got to realize what
America's
they did to
average
us.
literacy rate is a third grade.
And you got to realize what
That
they did
is
to us.
ridiculous.
They made us afraid to speak in front of crowds
That is
because
true.
they make fun of you if you can't read. Like at the end of the day, some people don't read on a level to read in front of people. There's nothing wrong with that. You might be able to read real fast in your head, but then when I gotta speak it, it's different. So it's like, why make fun of that? Why make somebody feel dumb for that when that's not? That's almost a skill.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn skill.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
It is.
Go ahead, what you got?
Ashley says what Sage just read America's average literacy. Okay, so when Ashley, can you clarify that? Are we talking about everyone? Or are we talking about our race?
No, she's talking about
Compared to the other
I think she's
cultures?
talking about. I think she's talking about everyone because I learned somewhere that when it comes to different countries as far as America.
I was thinking culture.
I'm thinking country. When it comes to America and other countries, do you know that we rank almost dead last in every category when it comes to education, when it comes to economics, when it comes to financial stability? We rank dead last in every category except crime and incarceration. That's the only thing America leads in when it comes to every country.
No, I think that's
That is
still
crazy.
Athleticism? You don't believe?
No, I think it's
they
still.
got-
I think
that's
that's
not what
they
stereotype, and I
talking
think
about.
it's rigged because I still think it's only what they actually put out because white collar crime is at an all-time high, and that's not amongst us at all.
That ain't us.
No, it's not.
No, that's not us at all. Even with fraud, I mean outside of Nigeria.
Right.
But that's technically not us. That's Africa.
And you also have to take into account that a lot of these third world countries are not even under a census where they can count them.
Exactly.
There's a lot of
That's
killing
why I
going
said-
on in fucking Saudi
everywhere,
Arabia
though.
here. They didn't
Yeah,
count that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
When them bodies is in the fucking, in the
And
dick
then I
somewhere.
think
But-
because they barter. I mean, because they actually make so many deals in business, with allowing them to come over here and benefit from the things
they
that
do.
we're not afforded to do based off of people here in this country who grandparents couldn't read.
No, I
and whether
agree.
they invested in trying to go back to read or not to read, whatever that is, we don't know. However, I think that the problem is that most of the ones that cannot read and they're still highly successful based off of their gifts and their talent, they didn't reinvest their money in doing better because they couldn't read. Even R. Kelly, as brilliant as this man is, you still can't take his geniusness away from him. He's a genius. You know what I mean? So imagine if he just took a portion of that money to reinvest in him reading and having the understanding
crazy,
and
but that he can't
education
read.
that he would have
Or
been.
Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly. He could have been so far ahead.
But that just goes to show you there's different branches of intelligence. You have emotional intelligence, you have financial intelligence, so on and so forth. So you can be a savant in one area. That's why autism is a spectrum, because you have some autistic people who are savants, highly intelligent.
That might be
When
me.
it comes to books, when it comes to
That
so many
might be
different
me.
things,
That might be
but
me.
they may not be people because they can't differentiate sarcasm from genuine, interest, or they don't know what you're doing as far as on a personal characteristic level, but they can read you the source front and back. They can break down what space is to you. That's just the beauty of the complexity of life in the human brain.
And you know what I think that how important reading is too, that I don't even think people really understand that reading and I'm not even saying reading silently, but reading out loud builds your value and your identity as well. You'll be able to speak better and you'll be more confident in your speaking and more confident when you communicating with someone else if you read out loud. And a lot of people, because they wasn't afforded to read out loud, embarrassed about it, that confidence level is down here.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people don't understand how powerful words is, but when words are taken away from you or they wasn't given to you, you'll see why you don't have any value. And it's very important to give our children identity, to give ourselves identity, because when you don't have identity, that is a bad thing.
Yeah, it's over.
A lot of times you can't even tell somebody 5 good things about yourself, or 5 bad things about yourself. You're not even aware of yourself.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
when somebody say who you are you gonna say, oh, dark skin this or light skin that person with the pretty hair or the naughty hair or the long hair, the short hair, or they bow legged or they not needed. That's the only identity that we carry.
Because for us,
that is such a vain physical identity.
But we're taught that our value is predicated by what we have on the outside versus what we have on the inside. They have so many people who feel that because they have money or because they have on the name brands or drive a Bentley, that their value is high. When you can be a rich loser.
Oh man, all day long.
Like you can be like, you know what I'm saying, you can be like, you know, the Flash is a pretty idiot. Like what you have on the outside don't truly make you valuable. May make you aesthetically pleasing, but doesn't make you truly valuable.
And communication, like you said, when you learn to read out loud, you can communicate. You can communicate better, like you said, and when you can talk on different levels to different people. Like I used to be able to talk. Not used to, I can, but you know, I can talk to people in the hood, but then I can have a intellectual conversation with someone, you know, that ain't wanting to understand me if I spoke that way. You get what I'm saying? And even when I used to do music, I had a teacher talk about how rapping is so vulgar and this, that, and this. So I went and said a whole verse for him, and he was surprised that I used to rap with no cursing. So when I was saying all of this stuff and there was no cursing involved, he looked at me like it changed his whole mind about rap music. You feel what I'm saying? So it's good to learn
to communicate.
get your vocabulary up and be able to understand these words as you come across them versus sitting there having to sound it out because you ain't never read the word before.
Expression. I think that's the reason why they have grown a love for the culture of hip hop rap, because it is expression. Black people in general has always sung about or rap about the experience they were going through. So that has been a form of expression. No way, we used to say when we were younger, why do white people let their kids cuss so goddamn much? Like they can cuss in front of their parents, grandparents. My grandma break my neck. We had to chew on soap. How we slip up. How they just can freely just say anything out of their mouths. But when it's in a rap song, it's vulgar.
Right.
It's always I mean,
the double say.
Communication and speaking is the most powerful, one of the most powerful entities that you can say. Because even now, when you think about just on the business standpoint, what is the best marketing? Word of mouth.
Oh yeah.
You can have all the commercials, all the social media plugs, so on and so forth.
If ain't nobody talking about
the
it.
greatest
Well,
marketing
best
tool
marketing to
is
me,
word of mouth.
Marketing. Okay, so you corrected that marketing too, because the best marketing to me is always value. Because if you have value, then it will spread through word.
But it's spread through word.
But yeah, that is
what I'm
the
saying.
tool.
It's always word of mouth. Like
I agree.
That's every
Facts.
fight for trying to come and tell you that there's nothing without word of mouth. That's why those communications
What did we say on it? That is so true. So I just want to say that's why I'm glad the conversation. What did you say? I can't read. That's my cousin Tisha Campbell. Son is genius. Oh yeah, he's autistic. I remember we saying that. Go up.
Yeah.
He was saying that. Yeah, he's autistic. Kevin, you moving too fast.
Sorry.
He's autistic and yeah, Kevin scrolled too fast.
Sorry.
But yeah, Tisha, I remember seeing the video of you doing some activities with him. Yeah, shout out to all the autistic kids. Autistic children have.
I think Buddha's a genius. I think Buddha's a genius.
Oh yeah, in so many ways.
When it comes to video games, my little brother, this dude, listen, I've never saw a video game he can't play.
Yeah, like he can just figure.
Listen, and not trying to be funny, like he can read. But he can barely read. So how did he learn how to play it? If he can't read the instruction on how to play it, and that's why I used to get mad. I'm like, bro, you can read. If you can read the instructions how to play the game, you can read this book to me. Like, stop playing. You just wasn't interested in it. It's about what they're interested in. Like, he's a genius
I've always
when
said
it comes to games. I've never done a game he can't play.
I've always said that autistic people, I feel like, they show them doing a lot. I feel like it's certain things that they super good at. It's just that one or two things that they can't
Right,
do.
the thing that blew my mind, I'll never forget this. When I was 18 and I worked at Walmart, I'll never forget this. And it was this guy who worked, he was autistic. He was like 45. I was 18, about 45. And he worked. He would catch the bus to and from work to go home. And sometimes he wouldn't catch a bus. Sometimes his parents would pick him up. Now once I saw his parents, I met his parents. Like, they came to see my parents. So basically, my parents are artistic too. Listen. Both his parents are autistic. And here's the crazy part. The dad worked, made good money, and owned their house. Like, he owned their house. Drove and everything. their house was nice. It was in the Northeast. Their house was nice. It's expensive to live in the Northeast if you got to go out.
Right.
Their house was nice. Him and his wife were both autistic and made an autistic son. But they were
It could have been the higher level of
I'm like, that
autism, too.
and that blew my mind. I'm like, what the? That made me looking at my little brother different. Hold up, maybe I can give him some money real quick. Maybe I'm like,
oh, no, they can do a lot.
I'm like, that's crazy. I never, to me, I think autism, that mean like, that's it, it's over for you. For the most part.
No.
That was an eye opener, like, yo, like,
it's just delayed.
it was crazy.
Sometimes
It
the motor
was just
skill
crazy to me. Like,
There was a dude in my project who was autistic, but a yellow bus used to pick him. He was in his 40s as well. Yellow bus would pick him up, drop him off. I think he had to be going to work. It wasn't school. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they able to do stuff, bro. It's just crazy. We look at it like, like they slow or whatever it is, but at the end of the day, there's people that can find the direction to point what they good at. Like you said, he played video games that well, bruh. He could probably fly a plane. He could probably. It's so many because it's nothing but the same thing as video games. It's nothing but
controllers.
That's it. So
and he teaches himself.
Imagine if
his dream job is working at GameStop.
But listen, they got people making millions of dollars just to play video games.
That could be him. I said all the time, he could be a streamer.
Find out how that is. So
I said all the time,
he play video games.
He just said he wanted to do.
They got a job where literally you can make between $75,000, $100,000 a year. All you do is play all the new. You test the new games that come out. When the games come out, they send it to you. You test them and tell them if you like it, what you don't like. If there's errors, programming bugs. They go back and fix it, then they release it. And he can make between $75,000 and $100,000 a year just playing games.
As long as he can articulate, like, look, I don't like that one.
Yeah, exactly. All he can say, I don't like it because the RPG suck or the graphics is this. He making bank.
When I got to this level,
I thought about doing it, but I'm not that much in the games to be doing it.
Yeah, because you gotta really be into it.
Dedicated. It ain't 2K. I really don't play.
He's dedicated.
Yeah, my brother, he wakes up.
Just watch the movie. Watch the movie Grandma's Boy.
I ain't never see that.
I love that movie. It's a funny movie, but trust me,
I gotta see
that his career was playing video games.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell him to watch it too.
Yeah, he probably
about to set boot up, Reef.
They had a rich dude coming in on helicopters.
Let me give a.
And he was definitely, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me. Yeah. But and outside of before we got here, I'm gonna shout a few people out. Running late, so my apologies. Traffic. It was about 3 to 4 accidents. Whew, I had to try to keep myself together, like, whew, because I don't like traffic.
I'm sorry.
And I was tired, extremely tired. Long week, busy week with all the traveling and back and forth to events. That was amazing. But I want to shout out a few people from a few events. All the events were amazing. Learned a lot of information. Retained a lot of information. Oh my gosh. Too old for this. But it was amazing. But I do want to shout out Miss Skittles. I do want to shout out Stormy. I do want to shout out Grant Cardone. I do want to shout out Master P. I do want to shout out my mentor, David Strands. I've been to a lot of events over the past 2 weeks, and they've been amazing. But GoCon topped it off. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And of course, Master P always dropped great knowledge.
I love that, man.
Read some knowledge. Grant Cardone is like, oh man, he listen, that man is hilarious. Okay, he was on there making fun and stuff like, I know y'all here like, oh, that's right, man, y'all consider me black, right? That was hilarious because we stay sitting out here ain't really white. We stopped looking at them like they white because they so relatable. Right. But yeah, he was like, he used some slings that we used. I was like, I didn't even know what this meant until I got on the plane with Stormy, and she's like, oh, is that what that meant? And he's all through the lecture using our terminology. But I really want to give a shout out to Skittles for doing her thing and opening up that 15,000 square foot event space where you do everything, offices. She even got a little podcast room there. It's a workspace for photo, video. I mean, it's when I tell you breathtaking, amazing. It's amazing. And I want to, let me shout out Waka Flocka. I wasn't finished with the shout outs, Reed. Waka Flocka had a great time interviewing him. Chance the Rapper. They gave us some shout outs. Let's talk about it, Black Ink. We gonna post all that stuff soon. The stuff getting done. They gave us some great shout outs. But outside of that, Stormy, because I'm familiar with Stormy, but I wasn't too familiar, I just want to give her props because she, you know, her story and kind of it's like yours, a little. You know, her mom spent, you know, a lot of time in jail though, but grew up with some hustlers in the background, and you know, she's like, all I know how to do is hustle. You know, I ain't know how to be a mom, and you know, I don't even know how to do what was taught. But in that, she produced. I'm giving her a shout out for this very reason. Not even though her survival and her struggle, which is going to be my sage advice for today. Okay, because if we don't know how to do nothing else, black people know how to survive. Period.
Facts.
That part. She survived her upbringing and her surroundings, but from the time she got started, you know, she just said she's about to turn 40 or 41, and to produce, literally, to produce 34 millionaires, I had to get this girl her crown. 34 millionaires in her team. Right, so of course, you know, Keith, my publicist, she's looking at me crazy, like, Selima, why are you so hyped? And I'm laughing because all my team know is, that's what I say, I want to produce 1 million millionaires before I leave this earth. That's my goal. I want to put 1 million of the people that look like me and make them millionaires. So hearing her story, how she started, like, people going to think your dreams is outrageous. You know what I mean? People are not going to understand your plan and how you maneuver. They ain't supposed to, because God didn't give it to them. They gave it to you. So as long as you have a clear understanding of what your path is, and if I don't know nothing else, I know I got a clear understanding of what that is. And sometimes it's hard to translate because of how, you know, it's given to you, right? But with that being said, she's like, all I know is follow it, because I produced 34. You know what I mean? Over what I said I was going to produce, and she had them there to, you know what I mean? So you can't argue with the masters because the masters have proof. The receipts were there, you know what I mean? So she produced her millionaire. Yeah, she just, and because of that, Grant Cardone just went into business with her, and she just dumped like $5 million in the business with him, and they're about to do something else amazing. So that right there was just like the top off the night for me. To hear that was like, just set my soul on fire, even though I'm tired from running around. But it still gave me motivation to actually keep going, because that right there was just like, yo, let me give it to this lady to be, you know, 40 years old. I believe she said she's about to turn 41 and to produce 34. And that's, you know what I mean, that's just big. You know what I mean? That's big right there. That's big right there.
That's real big.
Man, so I had to give her that. Same thing with Miss Skittle. Miss Skittle she hasn't produced any millionaires as far as her team, but I know she's working on it to create a workspace for her team to actually work and actually build while they're building her and building their own dreams as well. Her speech and the things that she actually did, it was funny and watching that, because she had bought, the spirits are aligned. She had bought flowers and stuff for everybody, her teams and over. It's funny because they had gave me some of the flowers, but after hearing everything that she did, by the time she even got to me, I had to give her the flowers back. It was like, I'll get my flowers when it's time for me to get my flowers. Right now, let me give you back what you gave to me. These joints belong to you, because what she did for her team and what she has done for, I'm going to just say, the female energy in itself was powerful, right? Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, she has created this workspace, because everything was super pinked out, right? Because the shop is called The Bakery. And that's because of how she viewed success, right? So it's called The Bakery because, you know, I can relate to it because, you know, I started off in the kitchen as a cook. But even touring the building, she had these gold measuring cups on the table. And I love gold. So in the measuring tip, she said, I want y'all to know that these were strategically placed here. So while you working in your space with your client, I want these to be a reminder to only success you need to be measuring is pretty much yours. Don't be sitting over there measuring somebody else's success because they might have more higher clients than you, more valuable clients and celebrity clients, and I ain't got none yet. Measure your own success and not pretty much anybody else's. So everything was a reminder in that space that you can't be in this space and not win the way she has it set up. Right. So that right there was just amazing. 100% amazing.
Sounds powerful.
The sisters doing, it was everything. And she had everything. The building is 15,000 square feet, ceiling super high. The setup is super crazy. I post some videos. I'm going to post some more. But what I love the most about it is, right, And her husband was right there. And funny because it's an all pink event. And you would think that, oh, it's women there. Of course, there's a bunch of men there. But you'll think that the men is there because you got some nice looking broads in there. They're going to follow.
Right.
But no, they was there in their black suits and their pink shirts supporting the feminine energy. The same way her husband was there and his supporting that. His wife, because she's like, I want women to be able to work together in this space and do that. She had everything was women, from the DJ in her camp to the girl who did the construction and the carpentry, a straight female. She's coming on the show for an interview. She built everything in the whole 15,000 square space. Listen, and she's a little bitty thing. I don't even think she's 5 foot.
Oh, wow.
5 foot pretty girl. Filming the girl. I'm like, how the hell she built all this stuff? Her little butt, she was like, I was all the way up there getting it done with the saw, with the, I mean, built everything in this space was all done by females. From the painting to everything.
That's fire.
So that right there was just like ridiculous. Like I couldn't even believe it.
That's fire.
I just told y'all who the true king was. And that they can't do.
You said the female.
You gotta watch the first video.
The first, who the king?
I told them who the true king was.
Oh.
You gotta watch the first video.
Okay. I watched the first video. But yeah, I thought it was amazing. So I'm definitely going to actually, I wanted to give her flowers, give them their shout outs, especially, and to Zoe, her husband, because right now to me, I'm doing something for my, who I call our black kings and queens that is doing things that I think they need their flowers because they're doing it in unity. You know what I mean? They're showing the husband and wife, the male and feminine energy dynamic of working together. And that's what's important to me. That should be important to our race. You know what I mean? It was Ernestine and Jay Morrison. I love their relationship. They do everything together. Of course, BMJ, Gabrielle and her husband, Alicia Keys and Goddamn on her husband. You know what I mean? Everybody, those black, Remy Ma, Papoose, love them, right? I love them. Yandy and Mandisi, love them, right? Anybody that is just promoting healthy family dynamic, I wanted to give a shout out to Miss Skittles and Zoe, because Zoe doing the same thing. You know what I mean? When she was like, we started with nothing, and now he has over 100 Airbnbs and actually teaching everybody how to come into his business and get it and eat. You know what I mean? So it's like what they're doing together, and his ego ain't to the roof to be like, oh no, you gotta wait on me and the kids. Do your thing. Right. You know what I mean? Do your thing for your women. I got the men. Let's go. And I think we need more of that right there. So shout out to the queen. Shout out to the king, because he's doing his things for the fellas. Yeah. And I love it. And they supporting each other, and that's the way it's supposed to be. It ain't supposed to be I'm here and you here and you here. They killing the game right now.
That's dope.
Well, shout out to them kings and queens.
Oh man, shout out to them kings. And they're doing it together. People. You know what I mean? Not separate, but they're doing it together. And that's beautiful. Like everybody else.
That's true power right
there. That's true. That's power right there.
Well, look, we gotta go.
And we have to protect that power. So shout out to the masculine and feminine energy working together in peace, moving forward, spreading healthy family dynamic and legacy. So I love that. You said let's add her 34 to the list. Then we'll only have 9. I love that, Reef. I love that. Shout out to Chase Flow International. Phil brother,
new
better
braid,
my
new
brother.
Braids, who this? I said the same thing, Chase. She walked in with the braids sashaying. She thinks she is like Beyonce. I know I said the same thing. But look, man, thank y'all again for tuning in for another episode of Let's Talk About It. It's truly appreciated.
We got a lot of things coming in the making. A lot of changes, a lot of everything. Pray for us as we pray for you.
As always.
Successes in the making. You know what I mean? Because what's the old rule of thumb back in the day? I'm going to say with our history and our tradition, when one make it out, we all make it out. Right. When one eat, we all eat. And that's what we have to actually embody and promote and spread. And I'm going to keep using my resources to do what I got to do, so I can try to pull everybody else.
Let's do what we got to do to bring the black family together.
That's it.
To truly unleash our power, as we talked about earlier. And, as always, peace and love to everybody.
Yes.
We'll holler at y'all later.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Thank y'all. We appreciate it. Yeah, Rich Mo, we love him.
Yes, sir.
Love you too.
Yes,
you got Miss Sage, Soul Solutions. Kevin versus Floyd, and y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir.
King 125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now